As the dust settles after the battle with the cosmic darkness, humanity begins to realize the true potential of their collective will. Unknown to them, the Guardian Sage's power had always been linked to humanity's latent psychic abilities that the battle helped unlock. As more and more humans across the galaxy begin to develop strange powers, telepathy, telekinesis, precognition, humanity moves from being merely resilient to becoming a force of nature themselves. But this power comes at a cost. Some human factions see this as an opportunity to dominate the galaxy, while others believe it's a burden too heavy to bear. As tension rises among the stars, Elena Valen is called upon to reunite humanity and remind them of their shared purpose to protect, not destroy. This story would be classic HFY, with humans not just surviving, but thriving and evolving into something more powerful than anyone ever expected. 2. The return of the Dracoth. The Dracoth, humiliated and defeated by the Guardian Sage and the humans, retreat into the farthest reaches of the galaxy. But the Dracoth are not finished. They are a proud species, and they will not allow the upstart humans to live after such a humiliation. In their exile, they uncover ancient technology far older and far deadlier than the Guardian Sage himself. Armed with this new weaponry, the Dracoth return, this time with one goal: total annihilation of humanity. But humanity, now galvanized by their victory and bolstered by newfound allies across the stars, refuses to back down. This time, they will not only defend themselves, they will take the fight to the Dracoth homeworld. HFY themes would dominate, with humans showing not just resilience, but aggression, taking the fight to a race that once terrorized them. 3. The Guardians of Humanity. In the aftermath of the darkness defeat, Elena discovers that the Guardian Sage is just one of many powerful beings scattered across the galaxy. These beings, guardians, are protectors of different species, each responsible for their own people. But humanity is different. After the battle with the darkness, the other guardians begin to take notice of the strength and potential of humans, realizing that they may be more than mere mortals. Some guardians see humanity as a threat to the balance of power, while others believe they are the future of the universe. A council of guardians is called, and Elena is summoned to represent humanity. Here, she must prove that humans are not only worthy of the Guardian Sage's protection, but capable of standing as equals among these ancient beings. This HFY storyline would explore human diplomacy, cleverness, and their ability to challenge even the ancient guardians with sheer determination. 4. The Sage's Sacrifice. As time passes, the Guardian Sage becomes weaker with each summoning, each battle taking a toll on his ancient body. Elena and her allies discover that the Sage's power comes from a finite source, one that is slowly dwindling. The more he fights, the more he sacrifices. When a new and powerful alien race, the Kizar, emerges from the edge of the universe, possessing technology even more advanced than the darkness, Elena realizes the Guardian Sage cannot hold them back alone. Humanity must now stand on its own. In an epic HFY moment, the Guardian Sage makes one final sacrifice, transferring the last of his power into humanity itself. His life force becomes a part of every human being, giving them the strength, wisdom, and unity they need to fight the Kizar and protect the galaxy on their own. This story would embody the ultimate HFY message: humanity, once thought fragile and weak, now carries the strength of an ancient being and becomes the guardians of the galaxy. 5. The Rise of the Human Empire. Years after the battle with the darkness, humanity has flourished. The legacy of the Guardian Sage has been integrated into their culture, and humans have expanded to the farthest reaches of the galaxy. But not everyone is happy about humanity's rise. The Galactic Union, a collection of older alien races, sees humanity's rapid expansion as a threat. They remember a time when humanity was seen as weak and easily controlled. Now, they plot to stifle the rise of the human race before it becomes too powerful. Elena, now an ambassador to the Galactic Union, finds herself caught in a web of political intrigue, sabotage, and outright war. The Galactic Union underestimates humanity's ability to adapt, evolve, and fight back. In true HFY fashion, humans turn the tables, outsmarting and outmaneuvering the more established alien races. In the end, humanity doesn't just survive, Galactic Union crumbles, and a new human empire is born, with Elena Valen as its first leader. 6. The lost legacy of the Sage. In their expansion across the stars, humanity discovers a hidden planet, a graveyard of sorts, filled with ancient ruins and forgotten technology. Among the ruins, they find something incredible, records of the Guardian Sage's origins. It turns out the Sage was once human, or at least a version of humanity from an ancient, long-forgotten era. These early humans have reached heights of technological and psychic power, far beyond what modern humans could imagine, but they have been wiped out by the very darkness that now threatens the galaxy. The Guardian Sage was the last of his kind, kept alive by ancient technology to protect the new generation of humanity. Elena, now leading an expedition to unlock the secrets of this lost civilization, must confront the possibility that humanity's future lies not just in their own hands, but in reclaiming the lost legacy of the ancient humans. In a final HFY twist, humanity taps into the ancient knowledge and technology, making them stronger than ever before, ready to face any threat, old or new. Each of these ideas plays into the HFY genre, showcasing humanity's strength, resilience, and ability to rise above even the most powerful threats, whether through clever strategy, unity, or unlocking hidden potential. These stories emphasize that when humanity is pushed to the brink, it will not only survive but thrive. Years have passed since the battle with the darkness and the final disappearance of the Guardian Sage. Humanity had grown stronger, more united than ever. The legend of the Guardian Sage had become the foundation of their culture, a symbol of resilience and strength. Elena Valen, once an admiral on the frontier of human space, had become a central figure in this new era. She was no longer just a commander, she had become a symbol herself, a leader in humanity's ascension to a new galactic power. But while humanity had flourished, not everyone in the galaxy welcomed their rise. The Galactic Union, a coalition of older, more established alien race, watched humanity's rapid expansion with suspicion. They had always viewed humans as a younger, less advanced race, one that could be controlled or ignored. But the defeat of the Dracov and the defeat of the darkness had shown the galaxy something new. Humans were not to be underestimated. Now, with humanity establishing colonies in every corner of the galaxy, tensions were growing. The Galactic Union, fearing the collapse of the balance of power, began plotting to stifle humanity's growth. Elena Valen, now an ambassador to the Union, found herself at the heart of this conflict. On the bridge of her flagship, the Resolute Dawn, Elena looked out at the sprawling capital of the Galactic Union, a massive ringed planet that served as the center of power for the older races. She had come to negotiate, to ensure that humanity's expansion was peaceful, but her instincts told her that something darker was at play. Admiral Mora, her ever-loyal lieutenant, now a seasoned officer in her own right, approached her. "We've picked up chatter. The Union Council is meeting in secret. There's talk of sanctions, even military action." Elena clenched her fists. "They won't confront us directly, not after what happened with the Dracov, but they're scared of what we represent." "And what's that?" Mora asked. "Change," Elena said. "They've ruled the galaxy for millennia. They see us as a threat to their control, and they'll do whatever it takes to stop us." Mora frowned. "If they push us, Admiral, what's our play?" Elena stood silent for a moment, the weight of leadership pressing down on her. "We need to remind them that humanity isn't just another species to be brushed aside. We won't start a war, but if they provoke us, we'll finish it." As the Union Council convened, Elena entered the Grand Chamber, her presence alone drawing wary glances from the alien representatives. She could feel the tension in the air, the underlying hostility hidden beneath layers of diplomatic language. The head of the Union, an ancient being known as Grand Chancellor Vurek, regarded her with a mixture of curiosity and disdain. "Ambassador Valen," he began, his voice deep and resonant, "your people have grown bold, expanding far beyond your original territories, claiming systems that once belonged to other races." Elena held her ground. "We've only claimed systems that were uninhabited or abandoned. We've respected the territorial claims of all established races." Vurek's eyes narrowed. "And yet, your people expand at an alarming rate, faster than any species before you. It's unnatural." "We adapt," Elena said firmly. "That's what humanity does. We find ways to survive, to thrive, where others see only obstacles." Another council member, a reptilian creature from the Telic species, sneered, or perhaps your kind seeks domination. Elena's gaze hardened. We seek only peace and a place in the galaxy, but if you try to stop us, if you push us to the edge, we will defend ourselves, and I promise you, we will not be the ones to fall. Vurik leaned forward, his expression cold. The Union will not allow your unchecked expansion to continue. If you refuse to comply with our demands, there will be consequences. Elena's eyes blazed with defiance. Then let there be consequences. The meeting ended in a stalemate, but it was clear to Elena that war was inevitable. The Union would not stand by and watch humanity rise to power. They feared HumanSnet for their military strength, but for their ability to adapt, to grow, to challenge the established order. As Elena returned to the Resolute Dawn, her mind was already racing. The Union had superior numbers, superior technology, and centuries of experience, but humanity had something they didn't: a will to survive, a hunger for freedom that could not be quenched. Prepare the fleet, she ordered Mara as they entered the command deck. We're heading to the outer colonies. Mara's eyes widened. You think they'll strike there first? Elena nodded. They'll go after our most vulnerable, try to cut off our expansion at the fringes. We need to be ready. The next weeks were a blur of preparations. Humanity's fleets were mobilized, and alliances were formed with other species who had long chafed under the Union's rule. Elena knew that if war came, it wouldn't just be a battle for survival, it would be a battle for the future of the galaxy. And then, the first strike came. The Union launched a surprise attack on one of humanity's outer colonies, a small mining outpost on the edge of explored space. The Union ships arrived in overwhelming numbers, bombarding the colony and its defenses into oblivion. By the time the Resolute Dawn arrived, the colony was a smoking ruin. But Elena was not deterred. Standing on the bridge of her ship, she looked at the battlefield before her. The Union's ships were still there, regrouping after their attack. Her fleet was outnumbered, but she knew this was the moment that would define humanity's future. We won't back down, she said, her voice steady. This is where we stand. With a wave of her hand, the human fleet surged forward, their ships charging into the heart of the Union forces. The battle was fierce, but humanity fought with a ferocity that the Union had not anticipated. Their will to survive, to protect their home and their future, drove them to push beyond their limits. And then, in the heat of battle, something extraordinary happened. The Guardian Sage appeared. His form, once thought lost, materialized in the space above the battlefield, glowing with the same ancient power that had once saved humanity from the darkness. But this time, he did not fight alone. Behind him, the Guardians, beings of pure energy that had aided in the defeat of the darkness, appeared as well.
Together, they joined the human fleet, their energy amplifying the human ships, turning the tide of the battle. The Union forces, caught off guard by the sudden appearance of the Guardians, faltered. Their ships were torn apart by the combined might of humanity and the Guardians. One by one, the Union ships retreated, their forces shattered. As the battle ended, the Resolute Dawn hovered over the ruins of the colony, victorious. The Guardian Sage appeared before Elena, his form flickering with the energy of the battle. Humanity's time has come, he said, his voice calm but powerful. The galaxy will never be the same. Elena nodded, feeling the weight of his words. We're ready. The Guardian Sage smiled faintly. Remember, Admiral, it is not power that defines humanity, it is your will. As long as you stand together, there is no force in the galaxy that can break you. With that, the Sage vanished once more, leaving Elena and her fleet to face the future. The war with the Galactic Union was not over, but humanity had proven one thing beyond any doubt: they would not be stopped. They were no longer just survivors. They were conquerors.